Hey everybody, I'm Cheyenne and welcome to my channel. So it's been 6 months since I last made my other video. It's actually been about 7 months since I made my video about my language learning goals and what I plan to do with mainly Japanese. So now I wanted to do like a mid-year check-in just to talk about my goals and what my progress was like. So to be completely honest, I really haven't been focusing so much on my goals in terms of studying Japanese. I feel like I flopped basically. I really just haven't had the time. Those last 6 months I was really busy. I was actually in an intense career readiness program that I actually left, and it took up most of my day. I was dedicating 40 hours per week doing that, so I would leave tired and just like exhausted, and I just wanted to like decompress after my day, so I didn't really have time to dedicate to my hobbies. But this time I don't want to use that as an excuse to not study Japanese, because I can dedicate at least 5 minutes a day, and that makes a huge difference in terms of studying. Even it's not about how intense you study, it's about being consistent and disciplined, and I want to add that consistency and discipline to studying my languages. So speaking Japanese is still a goal of mine, especially since I'm involved in a Japanese community, and I do want to work on that more often, and I just haven't had the time to really do anything. I haven't had the time to read, to speak. In terms of listening, I actually went to a Japanese church, and that was really amazing because not only did I lean more into my faith, but I actually learned a lot of Japanese, and it reinforced the Japanese that I've already learned. And it was just really cool to be with a community of Japanese speakers and lovers of Japanese culture. So I'm definitely gonna go more consistently because it's gonna really help me learn a lot of Japanese. So I want to add on to my new goal, which is to practice writing in Japanese. If you saw my last video, you know that my handwriting is really not the best, and I was just looking over my handwriting when I was editing the footage, and I was like, my Japanese handwriting is really not the best, even with hiragana and katakana, especially katakana. Like sometimes I tend to forget how to write in katakana, and that's a really huge red flag. I don't want to forget my Japanese. And I've actually read somewhere, I think there's a study that says that writing really helps you with your memory. So I want to keep that up, and I want to start writing more consistently, especially when it comes to just like, even if I'm just writing the stroke orders or just writing the letters by itself, that's better than just not writing at all. So I wrote down my goals on my phone, and I'm just gonna read it out. So the first one is to learn one new word a day, and then that is really important because I know a lot of words in Japanese, but there's so many other vocabulary words, especially words that you don't even think of, that I don't know, and I want to make it a habit of learning a new vocabulary word each day, kind of like with English as well. Like we read the dictionary, or some of us read the dictionary, or just read books, or like watch documentaries, and you pick up on new words. So I want to do the same with Japanese. I want to keep learning new vocabulary words each day. Then the next goal is to do like kanji of the day. So like kind of practice reading the kanji, then writing the kanji, and even studying like the meanings of it, because a lot of the times there's more than one meaning for the kanji script. So I want to do that as well. And then another one is to watch YouTube videos in Japanese, and that's really helpful because it's great for immersion, and it's like one of my favorite ways to study. And I also use a Chrome extension called Language Reactor, and I actually made a YouTube short about that. That's going to be really helpful because I could also just, like I was saying in my last video that I did about goal setting that I did like 6 months ago, is it really helps with, like, I can even repeat back what I hear from watching the YouTube videos, so that's going to be really helpful too. And then to tie into all of those goals and methods is to review at the end of each month. So I'm gonna do that this month because right now it's May 30th, so for sure I'm gonna review, even though I really didn't learn much, but I'm gonna change that. And yeah, so I'm gonna just review like the words that I've learned, the kanji that I've learned, even like sentences and phrases that I picked up on from watching Japanese YouTubers. Besides using the Language Reactor Chrome extension, there's a few other resources and methods that I want to use in terms of knowing how to study Japanese, and that is using apps. I love to use apps. So I want to use the app Bunpo and Lingodeer, and I want to focus on those two apps specifically. I also want to focus on two other apps that, one teaches you grammar. I forgot the name of it. It teaches you like grammar structures and it breaks the grammar down by JLPT. So I want to do that as well. And then I also want to use Easy Japanese. And lastly, I would use Shirabe Jisho. So those are 5 apps, and Shirabe Jisho is a dictionary app that's for iOS only. But there's other Japanese dictionary apps that you can use for Android or for other phones. But those are the 5 apps that I would use, and I have so many apps, as you know, that I use to study Japanese, and I just want to stick to those 5 because those are all really helpful resources, and I will pick up and learn so much Japanese just by using them. And I want to use it at least once a day. I'm really not doing anything right now in terms of working or school, so I have a lot of free time on my hands, so I can definitely use those apps and study more often. So overall with Japanese, my main goal is to just be consistent, be disciplined, and to advance. Like I was saying in my last language learning goals video, I feel like I've hit a language plateau. And I just feel like I've been stagnant in terms of my language learning journey and my path. And I don't want to be stagnant anymore. So I just want to keep practicing. Another resource or like step that I can do is to practice speaking out loud to myself, or I even want to challenge myself in speaking to other people. Like I was saying before, I'm going to a Japanese church, and a lot of people there speak Japanese, of course, and so I want to practice my conversations in Japanese, and I just want to continue to go there because I know that I'm going to pick up on so much of the language in terms of reading, speaking, listening, all of that. So I want to go there consistently, and that could be my way of like studying as well, and immersion, because that's the best way to immerse yourself. Since I don't live in Japan right now, the best way to immerse myself in the language is really to be with the community that speaks Japanese. I was debating if I should add on more languages, because in previous videos, like older videos, I was studying Hebrew, Greek, and as you know, I'm also studying Spanish and Korean, but I don't think I'm gonna add on those languages at the moment because Japanese and Chinese are both very difficult languages, and so it's gonna take some time to really, I want to focus on dedicating and like mastering those languages before I just jump into another language. But maybe I'll just like dip in to Korean and Spanish every now and then, but really my main focus is Japanese. So to recap on my 2 language goals, I want to advance in Japanese in writing, listening, and so yes, those are my language learning goals. let's see. I'm gonna update you guys in the next 6 months. I'm gonna keep making these videos periodically because I just like to track my progress and share with you all what I'm doing and how I'm learning and how I'm advancing. So yeah, stay tuned for the next 6 months and let's see what progress I make. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.